All right. So, hello. And today, I kind of want to talk about how I'm feeling right now because I really came to a realization about something at work a few days ago. And I just been thinking about it and going over it. And yeah, I'm like, I definitely need to talk about this or talk about it to the camera? But as we may know, as you may be finding out, I am 20. And this is really for people that are 20, they're turning 20, they have been 20, anybody really. I feel like this is, I'm speaking to you. Only because I realized that, like, it's settling in. I turned 21 in April. It's really settling on my heart um, that I'm getting older. But not like just getting older. I don't have a problem with getting older. It's the fact that I'm moving into a new step of life, but like it doesn't feel like I really am? I think part of that is because of COVID, but the other part is just how I saw what turning 20 was what going into your 20s was supposed to look like, and what it is for me right now is kind of like polar opposites, and it makes me a little like just a tiny bit anxious and nervous and sad and scared and just like terrified. But also, it's kind of like cool, but like not cool because that. So this is me trying to get over those feelings of like turning 20 is cool, but it's actually not cool because what I'm doing right now is like not what I wanted. So this is for people like me who are turning 20, have been 20, will be 20, and they're broke. They don't have a car. They can't drive. They work. They work minimum wage, but they're not like actively in school. Or maybe they are, but like they're not. But like they didn't go to school like everybody else because I didn't. I went to community college, but like you didn't feel too bad about that then, but now like you kind of do. But then you have an idea, like you have an image for your future, but like it has a lot of time constraints. And then like you're not rich, you're not famous, you're 20 and you're doing nothing. You're 20 and you feel like a loser. You're 20 and you're becoming the adult that you don't want to be, the adult that you didn't see yourself as. Because, so this all started at work. Like, I got this idea in my head. Like, I was just chilling at work and I actually had a conversation with one of my coworkers. And I realized that most of my coworkers, not even most, like, I usually do a closing shift, right? So, a lot of them are people that are in school or going to school, whatever the situation is. They're people that can't work during the day, so they're working at night? And it just hit me. Like most of my coworkers, I thought they were in high school, but they're not in high school, which is like, okay, whatever. But they all are like 18 to 19 in college, not in college, whatever. And then that just brought me back to when I had first started working. I was 17, and at this job I was working at, I really was set in stone. Like, this is where I really created an image of like who I wanted to be as an adult. Like, when I hit my 20s, what do I want that to look like? And because I had this image, and because I'm now 20, I just like it just settled in. Like, I'm not a teenager anymore. Like, now that I'm 20, 2-0. That 2-0 is hitting me hard. But I was 17 and I just really was like, I don't want to feel like or seem like that forever, that this minimum wage job was my forever job, or like that I didn't have anything better to do but to work, you know? So, because a lot of the people that I worked with when I was 17, they were like in their 20s, getting older than that, or like they were like older. Like my first job was their forever job. And you still see that. Like, I don't, at my age now, I realize that that's not a bad thing to like, some people will just work at those types of retail jobs and things for the rest of their life. And that is not a bad thing. Like, you should be able to branch out to other stuff, but people need to do those jobs. So sometimes you like doing that job. So like, do the job that you like to do the job you know how to do. That's not a big issue at all. But me, I was like, I'm not working retail for the rest of my life. When I'm 20, I'll be away at school, da 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 da. Well, actually, at 17, I knew that I wasn't going to be away at school because I didn't pick a school yet. And I was like, I'm definitely going to community college. It's just like, that's what I'm going to do. But I thought that I was going to be able to transfer. But like, I was 17 before COVID hit. COVID hits. I'm like, I'm definitely not transferring out of state to probably be sent back home for no reason, wasting money. I'm poor, I'm broke, da 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 da. I can't pay for it. My mom can't pay for it. We can't do that. You know, that type of situation. But then I'm hearing my coworkers now, me 20, they are 18, and they're talking about what they're doing for school and all of that type of life stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm giving them tips on things that they should do in school. Like, I'm like, if you're mostly doing it through FAFSA, get all of your, like, if you're doing financial aid, like, financial aid is really paying for your full ride, you know, go to community college first because it's cheaper. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm not, like, inexperienced in this life stuff anymore. And I'm moving to that next step. But I feel kind of stunted because I'm like, I'm not moving anywhere. And I'm trying to be on the move. I want to be on the move. Like, I'm that person, like, I'm always at work. I'm not doing anything else. I don't leave my house. But, like, it's like, when do I get to leave my house? Like, since I'm working so much, like, I can't really find time to take my driver's test. I am working, so, like, I really don't have that much money for a car in the first place. It's like, even if I miraculously got some time at work, time off work, and working wasn't the only thing that I did, I still don't do anything else. There's nothing else spicing up life, making life really, you know, for it to feel like I'm moving to that next step. And that's how it's been for a long time. I blame COVID, like I already said. I'm blaming COVID for most of it. But right now, there's no COVID to blame. Like, COVID's still around, but there's no lockdown, there's no quarantine, there's nothing to blame. And then it's like, do I blame myself? But then it's like, no, don't blame yourself. Because what are you blaming yourself for? For being 20 and being in that limbo? Because that's what I'm realizing. I'm in a limbo stage. 21 isn't going to take me out this limbo stage, but I'm just starting. Like, I'm just starting adulthood. It doesn't start at 18. I'm just starting it now at 20. And it's like, I was talking to my aunt yesterday. Stressed me out so bad. Talking to the academic advisors because financial aid didn't go out. Stressed me out even worse. So, it's like, I have plans, but I'm not moving to them fast enough. Like, you've seen those financial YouTubers. Like, I'm 20 and I'm not saving up to be a millionaire when I'm 65. I'm behind. I'm behind. I'm 20 and I don't have a Lambo. Like, what am I doing? What am I doing? And then it's like, maybe I should stop comparing myself to everybody else because I'm pretty sure, like, I'm not an outlier. But then it's like, maybe you are outlier and maybe you're sitting at home doing nothing and then you just go to work. Like, you just go from home to work and you sleep and you eat and that's it. You have no life and you're 20 years old and nobody else that's 20 years old is doing what you're doing. Like, at least add going to school into that mix. But then, like, the school thing is out of my hands at this point. I won't be able to go to school for the spring semester, obviously. Spring semester already started. FAFSA didn't go through. So, like, what am I supposed to do about that? Zero. I don't have anything that I can do about that. You know? And it's like, will I feel this way when I'm 30? And I'm like, I probably will feel this way when I'm 30. But, like, the plans I have for 25, 5 years away, like, if those, like, not if, like, when those happen, then that transition to 30 will feel completely different than this transition from 10 to 20, you know? And then it's like, I feel like everybody goes through this because everybody's stages of life are just so different. Like, I think about it a lot because, especially working like retail and working fast food, I'm around people of all ages. And when I started, I was in high school. I was new, fresh. This is my first job. And it's like nothing to worry about. But now I'm 20. I was one of those, I'm the 20-year-old adult that I was looking at before that I was like, in my 17-year-old brain, I was like, what are you doing with your life? Why are you working here? Like, go get a job, go to school, you know? So I'm that person now that 17-year old me would like kind of look down on, or not look down on, but decided not to look up to, you know? And then I'm around people even older than me, like in their 30s, in their 40s, in their 50s, that are working these same jobs as me, and there's a chance that they're content and there's a bigger chance that they're not. But I'm not looking down on them anymore, but it's still like this fear in my heart that's like what am I doing? I need to go faster because if I don't speed it up here, I'm going to be 30 where they are, you know? I'm going to be 30 in that same position and it's going to stress me out. But then it's like, is that really a bad thing? Is it so horrible to be 30 and be in that position? Like, you don't want to be there, but like, would it really, honestly, truly ruin your life if you were? Like, life might be a little hard if you're there and, I don't know, doing what you were doing when you were 20, when you're 30. It might be a little stressful, painful, a little bit like, huh, what are you doing? Like, what is the reason that all of this is happening? But like, I just want to say, like, there's different levels to becoming the adult that you don't want to be. And I don't think becoming the adult that you didn't want to be is so bad, only because you're learning so much more about yourself. Like, when I was the person I was at 17 is so different from the person I am right now at 20. And I'm actually excited to see that person I'll be at 25, 30. Because what I could be completely different. I probably will be completely different. I'll have a whole different outlook on life. And like, well, maybe not a completely different one, but I'll have even more things that I've been through to learn about who I am and what I see for my life, you know? Like, all my goals, all my plans, I know that they will happen. It's just a little stressful to wait for them to happen. And then being 20, you know, that big 2-0, I don't have any excuses for anything anymore, you know? There's no excuse for anything because I can do whatever. Like, I'm an adult. What is your excuse for not doing adult things? And my excuse is that in my heart, I still feel like a kid. And then it's like, that's not an excuse, but it's definitely an explanation. And it's just, I don't know. If you're 20, if you will be 20, if you were 20, just know that maybe nobody else understands like your confusion about life. Or maybe everybody does understand it, but they don't say anything. Like, here I am saying it now. Like, this life stuff is hard. This getting older stuff is really difficult. Not because I'm getting older, but because getting older means you have to live a new way. You know, life is changing. If I fight somebody right now, I could go to jail. That doesn't sound good to me. I play, but I think we should just start living in the moment. That's the solution to that pain, that scary feeling of getting older. Live in the moment because it just helps it. Because if I'm 20 living in the moment, you know, I'm going to be 20, you know, until I turn 21. Then I'm 20 living in that moment of being 21. And then when I turn 30, I'll be 30 living in that moment of being 30. I don't care about the past and I don't care about the future. I'm just 30 right now, so I'm going to be 30 now. And I'm 20 right now, so I'm going to be 20 right now. When I turn 21, we'll worry about what's happening in that year of 21. I made it 21 years. Let's go for 22. Let's go. Like, that's how you got to move. I think that's the only solution for it. Because, like, what can you do besides get older? Just live life. Do it in the moment. Work through 1 year, get to the next year, and keep going to it. And keep going through it. Honestly, there's no solutions. You can't turn back time, and you really can't jump into the future. So you might as well live into the moment. Like, live through your moments. Enjoy each little inch. Like, I'm about to take a nap. I'm going to enjoy that nap. You know why? Because I'm tired. I have a headache. Like, that nap will be the solution to the headache. And if it's not the solution to the headache, I'll find something else to help the headache. Maybe I'll drink some tea, you know? Like, living through what's happening right now, living in my moment, you living in your moment should help cure the stresses of the past in the future. Because the stress in your present, is it really the stress in this minute, in this hour right now? Or is it the stress of yesterday? Or is it going to be the stress of tomorrow? Don't worry about it. Like, just push it off. You're turning 20. You were 20. You are 20. Just live in the moment. Live in your present. Live in your present day. Live in your present hour, your present minute, your present second. And maybe that'll cure some of that pain of getting older. Because I think it's painful. It's not painful in like an ouch type of way, but it's like, like I'm being squozed, like something's squeezing me, and it's like, you're an adult. You're an adult. Act like it. Live like it. And I'm just like, I kind of am. I'm trying to. It's a little hard, but I'm doing it. I'm doing what I can. But yeah, so just do what you can. Like, you can watch this video and you can subscribe, but just live in your moment and let that push you to the next one. Let this moment push you to the next moment, and that moment push you even further into the future, because that will always be your present, you know? And just don't even worry about the past. That's back there. What can I do for you? You can't turn back time, like I already said. So leave it alone. Let it go. Just live in your moment. Let that go. And don't even worry about what's over there, because that's the next moment, you know? And hope this helped. I really do. Because it's actually helping me. I feel lighter. I hope you feel lighter. I hope maybe you even cried, because I cry thinking about things like this. And that just released something off of your chest. Maybe you're not 20. Maybe you're 30. Maybe you're 40. Maybe you're 50. Whatever age you are, like, just live in your moment, because that's all that matters. Definitely the past doesn't matter, the future doesn't matter. What's happening right now is what matters, and it'll help you feel more free if you're not tied down by what could or would have happened, or what should have happened, or what didn't happen, you know? Let's talk about what's happening right now. Goodbye.